Our Region's Business is sponsored by PNC for the Achiever in You. And by Fregasso Financial Advisors. How different could your life be? Fee-based investment management securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC. Our Region's Business. Innovation, transformation, momentum. Improving our communities and driving technologies that will shape our region for generations. The collaboration that brings vitality, prosperity, and life to living. Stay with us for the coming half hour as we examine in depth our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, taking wing over Pittsburgh, and the farmers touches down in our region. But first, Boyd and Blair, the best vodka anywhere, is being distilled right here in our region. Prentiss is partner in Pennsylvania Pure Distilleries. Barry Young is partner as well. Together, they are the makers of Boyd and Blair Potato Vodka. And welcome back. Good to see you both.
Thanks for having us back here.
Yeah, last time you guys were down, we were talking about the launch of this brand new homegrown vodka, but now it's on the global map. What, rated the best in the world?
Yeah, kind of shocked us a bit. We were delighted way back in December when a guy named Pacult, who is more or less the Robert Parker of spirits, decided to include us in his list of craft spirits, which is an annual listing. And he gave us the much lauded 5 stars, so we were thrilled with that. And then when we were in New York, we actually met Paul, and what did he tell us?
I said congratulations, making the top 140 spirits in the world. Laughed and then walked away without telling us, you know, what ranking.
Oh, where in the top?
Yeah, well, of course we assumed that meant there are 150 spirits, and he ranked us 140.
Right, sure.
What came out in March, actually, was his listing of the top 140 spirits in the world, and spirits, not just vodkas, in which we turned up as having ranked number 22 of all spirits.
Okay.
Which thus, out of 13 vodkas on that list of 140 spirits, we were the #1 vodka.
#1 vodka.
And rated 22, the next one down was 77.
Wow, pretty darn cool. Yeah. And why does he think so highly of you? Did he say in the reviews or anything, what is it about your product that he's fallen in love with?
I think it's clearly the taste profile, which has everything to do with the distilling and the quality that Barry puts into every bottle.
Wow, pretty amazing. So yeah, we've kind of followed this venture along since the very beginning, and obviously enjoying now a lot of attention. So how big a footprint do you have right now? How's the business been growing?
It's been growing great. We'll be in 14 states come this fall. We're just adding New Jersey and Missouri, and so we're all the way, you know, to California, San Francisco, LA, San Diego, then all the way up to Rhode Island, and all the way down to Miami. So we're pretty much...
And we've actually gone international. We now have product in Ontario. We've passed through customs, but it's not yet, you know, as we speak today, not yet in a restaurant to be purchased.
Wow. It's got to be a challenge, I would think, opening up these... Well, you think about all the different liquor laws in every state or country you try to get into. Well, how does a small business get over those kinds of hurdles?
I wish we had answers for that, because it is a challenge. Every state is completely different when it comes to its laws, almost completely different when it comes to how they distribute and what their goals are. So it's a constant game of being on top of everybody. But fortunately, with reviews such as we've received, we get phone calls now rather than us making the phone calls to initiate the relationships. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the thing. You got to open up these new markets. You got to do the market. You still got to make the vodka, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's still largely locally sourced potatoes. Is that the whole premise here, or Pennsylvania anyway? Yeah.
Still, absolutely all Pennsylvania potatoes. All come from basically north of Harrisburg, though some get collected through co-ops. And we're getting deliveries. They slow down about this time of year because the potato crop from last fall is almost depleted. So we probably have one more delivery yet to receive from what was saved after last year, and then we'll have to wait for next year's crop.
So wait, you get the potatoes from last year this fall? I thought this is harvest season.
No, harvest season for potatoes is typically early October.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Mid-October, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for people who don't know the story, how did this come about in the first place?
Well, Barry and I just sort of talked loosely one day about the idea of making our own vodka. I had my own reasons for doing so. Barry went off on his own and sort of did his own research and called me about maybe 2 weeks later and said, let's do it, let's make some vodka. And then we truly were blessed. We were given a grant from the state through DCED, Community of Economic Development, who gave us funds with which to do some of the feasibility work. If we were going to use only Pennsylvania potatoes, where would we get them from? How would we collect them? How would we store them if we needed to do so? How does one ferment a potato? We went to Penn State. We had money to give them to do a bunch of trials on enzymes and yeast. And we also spent some money, a good chunk of money actually, on where do you put a distillery? Do you put it near the warehouse to which you're shipping your final product, or do you put it near the potatoes? Pretty simple question, but it begged a lot of other questions. And so with the DCED money that we received, we were able to prove things for investors we would never have been able probably to prove on our own, certainly with our own pocket change. And so that's really how it all came about.
That's pretty amazing. Are there other craft distilleries like this around the country, around the world, or is this a fairly new thing?
I think we were on the forefront 7 years ago when we really started, almost 8 years ago now, started researching, like Prentiss said, with the grant money. But now they've really blossomed in a number of areas. And we're really looking, I think Pennsylvania will start gaining more and more craft distilling as hopefully our laws change and would permit us to sell on premise. Like, we can't sell from the distillery. If you came for a tour today, we couldn't sell you anything. We would have to direct you 2 miles down the road to the closest PLCB store. But we are working on a law that would change that to allow to be able to sell like wineries are permitted to.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I think that will bring a lot more, especially to this region. But in other areas, like New York State, there are a number of distilleries just based upon their laws are geared to nurturing small distilleries.
Wow. Well, really, really cool, pioneering, and now getting global success. I assume people can find this at the state stores, right?
Any state store.
Any of the state stores.
Any state store.
Prentiss and Barry Young, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Continued success. And when we return, why the farmers is making a big push into our region. Stay with us.